Again? Hey, where's Arval? It's not like you to hide, buddy. Also, it feels like there's something different about this place.
Well, this is new. Do you need something? How strange to find our roles reversed.
Wait, you didn't bring me here?
I most certainly did not. I can only assume you came here of your own accord. Perhaps our bond as partners in destiny is finally coming to fruition.
Sure, whatever you say. But if you don't need anything, I'm out of here.
Of course, of course. But how do you intend to leave this place exactly? You've never come here on your own before, not in all the years we've been together. So this is somewhat uncharted territory for me. But since I wasn't the one to bring you here, I fear I lack the ability to let you leave.
You're kidding, right?
I'm most certainly not.
Oh, for the love of...
Well then, since you seem to be stuck here for now, how do you intend to pass the time?
I'd probably take a nap.
Sleep, I guess. What else can I do?
A fitting choice, yes. Though I imagine you'll have some very interesting dreams in the process.
Interesting how?
Nemesis has retreated, Lord Epimenides. We would be wise to do the same.
Go. I will hold the enemy at bay. Worthless beast though he may be, Nemesis is our ally for now. We cannot abandon him.
His is a useful sort of madness. We should be certain to wring all we can from him before we discard him.
An intriguing proposal, yes. Now go. I will protect you all in my own way. I should be off. The time has come to destroy the wretches who would threaten this world.
Oh. Okay, and we're just playing as Arval or Epimit, whatever the hell. I don't know. Break past the Imperial Army's siege, and this is something that took place way in the past, along with Okay, I gotta change your class. What was your unique... Did you have a unique thing? I guess it's just Dark Bishop here, is all it is then. Well, that's what we go into for the sake of this battle then. Okay, well. Guess we're doing that. And I'll slap on... What the heck is the Lamppost Shield? Nullify Cavalry effect. Let's just take the, Zero Shield? I don't know. And then... Sure. I don't know. Or maybe I have a spare tome one. I don't think I have a spare tome one. I do have a spare tome one. But this is for monsters. Whatever. Sword it is. Luna Miasma, huh? Okay. And enemies are around that level. Okay, it doesn't need to be, doesn't need to be easy mode, because we were just doing easy mode just to bum rush through to new stuff like this. So I'll switch it back to hard mode as we usually have it on for this. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna start maddening when we start, like, the new file. Because it seems like the amount of health that they have in maddening is pretty crazy and stuff. So for now, I'm just gonna go with hard. But next playthrough we do maddening. So that's what we do around here. Okay. So this is around like that battle. When stuff was going on with Nemesis. And now it says Arval down there. So yeah, that was my basic combo. Seize the strongholds to disrupt the enemy's front lines. Arval's abilities. You can also use Shadow Slide when Arval is deployed in battle by pressing X on the orders screen. Oh, I guess it's Arval then that like bestows that ability onto Shez then, right? If the main character and Arval are both deployed in battle, they will share the number of available Shadow Slide uses. Okay. So it's kind of like how Sothis gives Divine Pulse, Arval gives Shadow Slide. Interesting. Alright, let's just go find the captain of the thingamabob. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. So, what's your thingamabob anyway? Duality. Adds dark or light to attacks, switching with ZR. Attacking fills the unique ability gauge. Switching from light to dark will gather enemies within a range determined by how full the gauge is. Switching from dark to light will cause attacks to instantly knock out any non-commander units within a range determined by how full the gauge is. The higher the ability level is, the faster the gauge fills. Okay. Unique support ability, Agarth and Arcana. When hit by enemy attacks, inflicts a small amount of proportional damage to surrounding foes. Any technical ability, Vigilant Gaze, when ordered to defend, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay. So if I switch here... So now I'm doing damage with light, right? Interesting. Very quite intriguing. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any tactics put into Arvel though. I never did any of that at the academy, or whatever the thingamabob is. So Miasma and Luna are my things. I'm just gonna, Miasma, oh Miasma. Okay, do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of damage to fellow mages because your resistance is probably pretty darn high. Most likely here. Do you mind? Do you maybe mind? You were so dang rude. Yeah, I'm thinking hard mode is probably a good level to have this at. And then just doing maddening next playthrough. I think that's a good idea. So, I mean, I could just spam this thingamabob and hope that it gets the weak point gauge out like that. Okay. So, do I want to go for, the thingamabob? Nah, I've taken too much damage. I'm not gonna pay attention to it.
His methods, but they don't sit well with me.
Yeah, you tell him. Okay, this is the way we run. My goodness, the back of your outfit really goes flying around when you're running, doesn't it? My oh my. So if I switch back, then that happens. Okay. And then and then I'm over to light. So hold on. Switching from light to dark will gather enemies within a range determined by how full the gauge is. Yeah, that I know. But switching from dark to light will cause any attacks to instantly knock out non-commander units within a range. Okay, so yeah, they both have their merits. Ow! You're a lot faster to take out since you're an armored dudo. You're an armored bish. Bam, and then we boopity bop, and we'll run down to the last one. Sees the boundless fields. Down we go. Yeah, within Shez. Right. Within the bodies of others? Is what you mean by you will endure? Most likely. Alright, let's sneak on through here. And then, hi, Stronghold Captain. What? 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 Darn you. Well, there's a whole bunch of damage to me. You had to do that right at that moment, huh? You really had to do it right at that moment. Darn you. No, not yet. Okay, let's see what your special is. Let's see. I'm curious. Ooh. It's like one of the Agarthan weapon thingamabobs, is what it basically is. Crap. Well, come on, force the weak point gauge, or just show it right there. That's cool, too. Neat. Okay. And then this away we go. Squeezy! Coming on through here. Imperial Army deployed reinforcements. Oh no. Do I need to actually take you out here? So that was supposed to instantly take out a bunch of non-commander units? Beat the Imperial Army Pursuit Squadron and hold the line. But this one isn't one of the ones I need to take out, is it? Well, too late. Too late. I'm attacking you. That's the way that things gotta be, I guess. Okay, yeah, it is 3. It is for sure 3 on the map, and they're all in other places. Okay, well. Yeah, it's this bow knight that I'm supposed to go after. Okay. Yeah, and that forces the weak point gauge. That's pretty nice. That's pretty neat. But yeah, you have to build it up. And sometimes it builds up the other way. Unless you switch to 1 and then just immediately switch back, I guess. Ow, stab. Stab. So dang mean. How dare you? The music of this game is so good. Like, I said it during playthrough 1 and I'll say it again. The music of this game is freaking amazing. So dang cool.
They're completely mindless.
So from dark to light will instantly defeat non-commander units? Sure doesn't seem like it. Sure didn't look that way to me, but what do I know? Like, that's what it says, right? Switching from dark to light will cause attacks to instantly... Oh, my attacks. It doesn't do an attack that instantly knocks out non-commander units within range. Measure how full the gauge is. So I actually still need to attack. Is what's going on, right? That's the error here. I think. Probably. Probably. So Luna is the other thingamabob. So a Gramory. A Gramory. Let's go ahead and Luna. Like that. Force your weak point gauge. It's not over. The amount of times I've heard that in this playthrough. No. Ow, stop. Darn you. Okay. And then we big smackaroo like that. And then we'll just force your weak point gauge like that. And then it's time for thunderbolts and lightning. They say it's very, very frightening. I am continuing to lose health. Come on. Well, that's not great, is it? I'm just gonna do this. Never mind, it's not even gonna force your weak point gauge. Sucks to suck. But that will. I pressed the wrong button. I'm actually so dumb. I'm actually so dumb. I don't know what to say. Alright, there's a thing over there. Oh, gosh. Darn it. I need to take out another one. I got my health back somehow anyway. So that's cool, I guess. Well. So, yeah, you are one of them. You are one of the dudos I need to take out according to the map. Also, the regular strong attack, I don't know what exactly that is. Maybe I have to hold it down. So, look how quickly the Great Knight gets shredded, though. I hold it down, I guess? I'm holding the button down. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna use the power of the moon. I'm just gonna play some Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask to destroy my enemies, I guess. Okay, I should have waited on that until your weak point gauge ran out so I could, you know, force it again. Stay up. You better not. Boobity-bop. Can we break it with that? Will it blend? It will blend. Yeah, I've gone way over the damage thingamabob. There's no point going for the thing. Okay. But when I unlock this paralogue in the free play thingamabob, I could in theory come here playing as anybody, right? And get S rank rewards, no problemo. You play on easy mode if I really want to. Okay, so now those attacks would instantly defeat non-commander enemies for a short while? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. And then we... You had to shield it, huh? So if I, like... Maybe I do have to hold it down. I'm so confused. So we do that. And then we... Oh, you shielded it again! Darn you! There we go. Not that time, though. There we go. Cool. Now, where's the thing I saw on the map earlier? There it is. Bam. I said bam! There we go. Okay. Great Knight. No! Don't take out the Dark Knight! I like the Dark Knight. I want you to specifically not take him out. Is what I would honestly prefer here. You're alright, but not for long. Yeah! Says Mr. I'm alright. Whoops. Just want to see if there's any purple along the way. But it doesn't really look like there is. Doesn't exactly look like. I can come over there with a special, though. And it doesn't look like any more special judos are spawning, which is great news. Which is fantastic. There is an awakening thing over here, though. So I will gladly yoink this. Like that! Yoink! Ooh, my thing's at the ready. I haven't even done awakening at all yet, this whole 3-hour stream yet. And I used the word yet multiple times, because apparently it wasn't good enough the first time. Something or other. Okay, hi! Hi! Behold! Am I really not hitting that farther bow knight with this? Okay, there we go. A smidge. And about half health from each of them. Cool. That won't hit me, right? Well, the crazier one didn't, at least. At least there's that. And we break your thing. Like that. Big smackaroos. Wait, were you the one that I needed to take out? You're the one that I needed to take out. You're the glowy one. Gosh darn it. Well, miasma. Time to use that. To force your weak point gauge. Cool. Useless. Okay. Level 51. My battalion's gonna run out in a hot second. Yeah. If I do this in free play, I'd be able to play as you say that, right? Oh my goodness. Well,
Fools who were granted power by the abomination. But I should deal with the surrounding soldiers first.
defeat 500 enemies is my current objective. I mean, okay. Okay. So I go into that look. Interesting. What the? Well, I will do that, I guess. I will go defeat 500 enemies. It'll be amazing. Alright, you're up next. You're gonna take a little bit longer to whittle down since you are gonna resist some of my things. But I guess in Awakening it probably doesn't matter too much. Well, it matters a little bit, it seems. Try to face this way so I can try to get more judos in the mix. Preferably. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot higher resistance compared to Armor Bro over yonder way. It's definitely the case. Well, that judo sure is devoted, huh?
They serve a god.
This way. Come on, let's let my thing get popped off over in here. Alright, I would have preferred to have gone a little bit closer, but that's fine, I think? Yeah, I'm sure it's a-okay. We got most of this guy's health off. Well, see how long it takes me to take out 500 enemies here. Okay. Excuse me, base captain. There's some enemies right there, but, you know, it's not really enough of a crowd to warrant going after you guys. So I'm just going to go on to the next stronghold instead, I think. I'm just going to head on over this way and do magic things. Whoa! You want to see some magic? Kerblamo, pocket sand! Okay. Come on. Come on. Force your weak point gauge again. Sweet. Now just destroy a whole bunch of the stronghold. Alright, still not enough. Alright, well, here's some more reinforcements to, you know, give me more dudos to beat. I'm honestly surprised I didn't get a perfect dodge off of that. I'm a wee bit surprised. Bam. Come on. No, not yet. I might need a green. I might need a green here pretty soon. So, or maybe those like red attacks were the things that could instantly defeat enemy. I don't know. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. All I know is I gotta go this way. Also, I might not be switching to something else this stream after all. I'm already starting to get a little bit tired. Since, you know, I had my exam at 9 in the morning this morning. So, I got up at 5:30, I believe it was, to, you know, be at the ready for that. I didn't quite get a full sleep. Okay, I can't even pick that up. I'll attack this group over here and hope that Gremry doesn't try to mess up my day. But yeah, how you score, I won't know. I won't know for a good while. If you want me to guess, I'd say, you know, it wasn't great, but you know, it could have been worse. The class was it was a computing class on paper. Like, it was a computing science class on paper, but we never actually talked about anything computing related, and it was actually a course on discrete mathematics. So, there was that. I mean, to be specific, it was like logic and statements and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's gonna be cool and something need to apply to coding and stuff. But we never actually applied it to coding at all. It's just like theory-based math, and it was really difficult for me to wrap my head around stuff in that class, because whenever I was you know, looking at solutions that the professor would post to various questions and trying to figure out like how exactly does this work, a lot of the time it felt like, you know, we never used very rarely would use exact values. It was more just like, here's this abstract integer x and this abstract integer y. Prove that, you know, x thing is the case. In all the proofs, it felt very much like it didn't actually prove it, but they were just like very, very confident in what they were saying, that, you know, that's kind of the approach that whenever I, on the test, whenever I didn't know the answer, that's what I did, is, you know, I wouldn't know the answer, but I would just like write down my explanation really, really confidently and hope for the best is the case. No, I actually did have a grasp of, like, a decent smidge of stuff there. I don't want to say, like, I was completely in the dark there. Wow, that didn't even fill up my whole thing. But I struggled. It was a real big struggle bus, was the case. I have no doubt that I passed the class. Like, I have no concern over anything like that. But, you know, not exactly all that great. I don't think. But, you know, I spent all of yesterday studying, most of the day before. Ever since coming back from my Italy trip, I've been desperately trying to catch up and, you know, understand things, but ever since then it feels like, you know, the material being covered went a little bit off the rails. Like I could never fully catch up. It was, you know, that's just computing science at university level in a nutshell. First year computing science courses, like 100 level stuff, that's easy peasy. You don't have to worry about that. But like 200 level and up is just pain. Like that was a 200 level course, and I'm in my 6th year of university now. Like I'm right in the middle of my 6th year, and I really, really struggle with this 200 level course. Ooh, yoink, sweet. But that's just the way that 200 level computing science courses go. Confidence may only work on oral tests / maybe. Maybe, but that's the way that it felt there. It really feels like 200 level up computing science classes are just really off the rails. If I had known that they were going to be as difficult as they were when I first started my program, I honestly would have considered seeking out a program that might be easier to wrap my head around. And a lot of the weird nitty-gritty stuff that we get into, I don't even know like how often will be used in a real like programming situation. I don't know. As much as I'd like to say, yeah, now that the exam is done, all that knowledge I got from that class, it's all been completely purged from my mind. You know, it has. There is stuff that I will be taking with me from this class. But here's hoping that, you know, it's actually useful stuff. Here's hoping. Boop-a-da-bop. Bam! Let's kill Mr. Bow Knight over here. I was never, this whole semester, I was never quite on top of everything that was expected for us to do. Like, for this class, for example, it was expected that we would do, like, weekly assignments from this textbook that was assigned. Which, like, I would come to the seminars and see them discussing the questions and stuff like that. But I never actually got the textbook. Because you know how expensive textbooks are? I was like, well, if it's not necessary, then I won't pick it up there. Oh, Flame doesn't have green hair yet? Maybe it's just light green? More blondish? Sethlene. Huh. Interesting. Interesting before she started going by Flane. What are you doing? Lightning Strike, Resident Lightning? Anyway, so these weekly homework assignments, which were never marked or anything like that, it was completely optional. They were expected for you to do once a week, and the professor was always posting like the answers to them each week. But I didn't do any of them because, one, I didn't really have the time to put into that, and two, you know, textbooks are expensive. And the class that I put more time into doing stuff on the side there was my history class, because the readings that we were assigned in that history class, my history class is probably my favorite class this semester, but the readings that were assigned was basically like half to 2/3 of a book per week, like a whole book. Like, it was very insane there. Our professor straight up told us during the last class, like, good on all of you for making it through this class, because the amount of stuff that I assigned was like graduate level amount of work. Oh my good gracious, is what was going on there. And, you know, I would basically skim most of the readings, but we would discuss them in class each week anyway, so I would just, you know, I would just rely on taking a lot of notes during our weekly 3-hour classes, was the thing. So I felt a little bit awkward when he was, you know, congratulating us all for having made it that far, because I didn't quite make it through, you know, all the readings, you know, because it was really heavy, and a lot of the material that we had to read was really difficult to wrap my head around a lot of the time. I still think it was probably my favorite class this semester. And, you know, it's the kind of thing where, you know, I could get by without having read all the thingamabobs. I mean, we'll see when the final comes around. Apparently, I'll have the final's gonna be on the 19th, and apparently I'm gonna have a few things that I can choose to, you know, write this paper on, that I'll have a few options for what it should be on. I should have a basic enough understanding of the readings to, be able to write this paper. And, you know, I have a very good understanding of a couple of them, namely the one that I did a presentation on as part of the class. And I'm sure that that one can relate to one of the given topics. That one I'm basically an expert on at this point, so here's hoping. But yeah, on oral tests, you used to say whatever with confidence, and you question the questions they asked and stuff with subjects that you didn't know much about. Yeah, that's probably a good way to handle it there. We used to have a lot of oral tests in my German classes because, you know, my German class was on a language, on our ability to speak German. So in grade school, I remember, you know, everyone would just be like, oh yeah, just try to be confident in what you're saying. Weil wenn du in Deutsch sprichst, ist es ein bisschen schwer, wenn es nicht in Englisch ist, als deine erste Sprache. Just be a little bit confident, and you can do the thing, Bob, you know. Let's boop it bop. Come on. So I remember doing that a whole bunch in my German classes. Though I also would always, you know, really push myself with the things that I was talking about in my German classes. Like, I remember when I was taking the test for my Sprachdiplom, so basically my German diploma. Okay, there's a green thing right in there. You would have to do a presentation on some sort of subject. And, you know, a lot of people did it on things that, you know, are like an aspect of their life, or something that they had an interest in, like sports or something or other. That, you know, that was usually super basic stuff that was going on for what people were doing their presentations on for the Sprachdiplom. Wanna know what I did mine on? I did my Sprachdiplom presentation on nuclear energy, or Atomkraft in German. That was what I did my presentation on. And I rehearsed that thing like crazy. And I spoke with confidence, and I got that there Sprachdiplom. It was great. I don't know if I'd be able to translate a lot of the nuclear energy related terms from English to German anymore nowadays, because that was, you know, 6 years ago. So I don't know if I know the nuclear energy related translations anymore. Yeah, so their hair only became like greener later. Huh. I could have sworn that in some, that in like a cutscene of, I think it was the opening of this game that showed the war. My goodness, this is insane. Beforehand, that it showed Flane with, you know, full green hair. Or am I losing my mind? My goodness, this is insane. This is actual lunacy. Please, please, please. Oh my goodness. Oh! Subject not many will question you about. Yeah, who's gonna have the research behind them as well to be like, but did you consider, I don't know, like thorium energy? Something. I actually talked about thorium energy as an alternative in that presentation. Oh my goodness, this is actual lunacy. This is actually insane. I'm really glad I didn't do this on Maddening. Stop! I really do not want that to be the death of me. Don't you dare shoot me. You better not. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else around here that can help me? Look at my damage taken. 465 there. There's some purple over there. Wait, what's my awakening thing at? I can get that. Let's get this farther away one. That's what we'll do. Because I think I need all the help that I can get over here. I think I'm gonna need all the help. Oh, and there's a blue right there. Yeah, I really should have invested in... I should have figured that, you know, this Arvel paralogue would be exclusive to New Game Plus because you would play as Arvel. I should have figured... Oh, my blue's fully filled, just like that. And I should have invested some points into them and stuff. Alright, we'll go around there. But yeah, only question you could see them asking was why that subject? Why do you choose to give the presentation to, you know, try to get your German diploma? Why did you decide to do it on nuclear energy of all things? Because I think it's a cool subject, and I believe that, like, the best way to solve, like, the freaking energy grid situation with, you know, the amount of pollutants being caused by energy is, you know, going to fully green renewable energy would be the ideal. But, you know, those are systems that take a really, really long time to put into place. So our next best bet is nuclear. So, I, in that presentation, had the stance of like, hey, let's try to work towards completely green energy, but in the meantime, let's be using nuclear, the thing that, you know, creates waste that we store in secure facilities underground where it's not going to be harming anybody, as opposed to things like coal energy where all the pollutants from that are being pumped into the air that we all breathe, you know? Like, which is the lesser of two evils. So, that's why I gave my... This is insane! Oh my goodness, this is insane. Please. 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 Yes! Get Zenith! Ah! Well, I honestly am starting to question, what's more stress? Something like Fire Emblem 3 Houses, maddening nonsense, and just sitting for like minutes on end contemplating my next move? Or this? Or this here? But yeah. Hello, Tidbit Retro. FE fan, love the series, like Warriors games, but hate 3 Houses, same kind of. More specifically, I have a love-hate relationship with 3 Houses. It depends what your gripes with 3 Houses are for this game. Because I like this game, I like it a lot more than 3 Houses. It depends what your gripes with 3 Houses are. Ah! 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 Get me out of here! Please! Please, 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 please! Ah! Ah! Maybe I shouldn't have even played this on hard mode. Oh my goodness. There's a green all the way on the other side of the map. Ugh, I should have invested some stuff into Arvel. Oh my good gracious. Like, for me, for example, my biggest gripe with 3 Houses was the calendar system. Just being like, you know, 3DS Fire Emblem games, for example, would be like, you can do the next story chapter whenever you feel like it. Grinding maps, you can do them whenever you want. Take it at your own pace. Whereas 3 Houses makes these schedules for you. It's like grinding time slot, grinding time slot, grinding time slot, story. Grinding time slot, so on and so forth. And if you decide to do the story early, it's going to actively punish you by permanently taking away those grinding time slots that you could have made like better use out of, you know? And it just feels awful. I hate that. That's probably my most hated aspect of 3 Houses. My second most hated aspect is probably the repetitiveness, the fact that, you know, you've got 12 chapters of the exact same thing for every route. You've got 12 chapters of pre-time skip that are basically the same for every route. Just for 10 chapters of new stuff in Blue Lions and Golden Deer. And then like 8 chapters of new stuff for Black Eagles, like going against the Black Eagles route or going against the Empire route. And then 6 for siding with Edelgard, I believe, something like that. I got so tired of it. I have so many hours in 3 Houses there. I hate Byleth and having inventory full of hairbrushes and tea bags. Didn't like the items there. Boobity bop. Like, I'm a freaking mad lad that actually went and did every single route with 3 houses. When was the last time that I would have put it in? Like, it would have been a while back. It's not even showing up here, but I have 300 plus hours in 3 houses. I felt like I lost my mind. One of, if not the longest 3 houses playthrough on YouTube. I would not have gone that far if I wasn't a content creator. Like, I did it just because, you know, I wanted to cover the whole story on my channel. And it took me like 2.5 years. And then this game came out, and it's like, get pranked. The story of Fodlan isn't over. So here I am doing it. Man, I'm so screwed. I'm actually so screwed here. Oh gosh dang it, this is really not great, is it? So there's that. But anyway, this game fixed a lot of the issues that I had with 3 houses. Yoink. My thingamabot might have been full alright. I'm looking at the stream manager and it was 150 apparently. Like, calendar system, gonzo. Is gone. Here goes another, yeah, honestly. Like, it took me over 100 hours for my first playthrough here that I was taking my time with. I'm doing my throwaway save file right now, which is just like bum rushing through to do some New Game Plus exclusive stuff, which is like this paralogue here before I move on to like next full playthroughs. I'm gonna do like this throwaway save file, then Fire Emblem Engage, then Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, and then the next playthrough of this. And man, I have a lot of Fire Emblem content queued up. But the calendar system is gone. There is still, once again, like a limited amount of points that you can spend in I don't know why I'm going this way instead of the shorter route. I'm playing on autopilot right now. There is still a finite amount of points to spend, like, during each in-game month thingamabob, but, you know, it's handled in a much better way, in my opinion. The progression each month, rather than being like, oh, here's all these time slots decided for you, and then the story battle at the end. Instead, it presents a war map on the actual battlefield, and you like capture points leading up to the story battle. So if you just want to bum rush the story, you can absolutely do just the points that lead directly up to the story. Or if you want to collect all the things, you can capture all the points and get like all kinds of different strategies in the coming battle and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool that, you know, rewards both playstyles, as opposed to 3 houses that's like, oh, you want to get things done faster? Get actively punished, nerd. You know, 3 one of your favorite games is you not personally mind repetition of earlier chapters much, but you can definitely understand how compared to Fate's quick opening, 3 houses replays can feel like a true slog by comparison. Like, it's just straight up 20 to 50 hours of the exact same thing over and over again, just for like 20 to 30 hours of something different. And doing that 4 times, you know. So I got so done with it there. So I really like that there. And this game just gets like right into the war phase. Like, I think there's only like 2 or something chapters. Oh, come on! Are you actually... Alright. Time to just play the best Fire Emblem Warriors of my life. Time to do that. Wow. No, my goodness, please. Let's boop it bop. I'm struggling to talk right now because there's, you know, this is actually a really difficult chapter. I won't say this is like Sleeping Sand Legend difficulty from 3 houses, but it's difficult. Get out of here. Ah! Get out of here, Seteth. Be gone, please. My goodness. Byleth is a lot cooler in this game, because Byleth actually has full voice acting in this game, as opposed to being a silent protagonist, and the actual character that you play as has full voice acting as well. It's kind of interesting seeing like Byleth with full voice acting in this game. I have no Healy things. I'm just gonna go look for a Yella. Is what I was planning on doing. Oh man, there's a Yella on the other side of the map, but like, I think I've lost. I'm more a fan of old school Fire Emblem. Give you the Game Boy Advance game. I love the Game Boy Advance games. I haven't played the SNES ones myself though. SNES era Fire Emblem games. More about story and map design, less about dress-ups and hookups. You know, I don't mind some of the aspects that some of the newer games have brought in, but, you know, I get it there. And my first Fire Emblem game was 7. Good old Blazing Sword. I love that. Like, this was shortly after I did not play, you know, Fire Emblem until it was, you know, until it started to get big with Awakening. And I had a friend that recommended Fire Emblem Awakening to me. And this was a time that I was playing like a bunch of Game Boy Advance games emulated on my phone. So I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any Fire Emblem games on the Game Boy Advance that I can try out first to see if Fire Emblem's actually something that I'd like. So I tried out Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, which is just called, you know, Fire Emblem internationally. So I thought it was the very first game at the time. And I played it, I was like, wow, this is awesome, and I loved it. And then I played Fire Emblem Awakening after that, because I was like, cool, Fire Emblem's something I like now. And I thought it was pretty cool. Come on. Please, please, I'm actually so afraid right now. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose this battle. No, please. Ah, how am I not dead? How am I... Honestly, how am I not dead? Oh, the perfect dodges! Ah! Die, Zenith! Please! Ah! Anyway, I like this game more than Three Houses personally. I've only done one route of this. I've done all the routes of Three Houses. So I don't know how repetitive this game gets yet. Or how much, like, you know, carryover there will be and stuff. But personally, I like this game more than Three Houses. It fixed a lot of the issues that I had with Three Houses. Like, even this route, for example, Scarlet Blaze. One of the things I really liked about this is that it really fixed Edelgard's character a whole lot for me. Like, you know, how do I best describe it? She's a lot more logical in this, gosh dang it, takes things a lot more strategically, is actually willing to forge alliances rather than just being like, yeah, anyone who doesn't agree with me dies, like she was in Three Houses. She's a lot more reasonable in this game, so I much preferred her character here. But yeah. It's not died, disappeared. Are there checkpoints in this, though?